like, don't get me wrong, the kids love the music, but there's as Penn and Teller, the magician, say, you're all waiting for me to do one thing. You're waiting for me to mess up. And there are some times you actually play to that. It's not cruelty, it's just outright awe. You play to that sense of the children where you faint, messing up a couple of times, and then do a miraculous recovery and continue the juggling spree, increasing the complexity and intensity, adding another knife into the equation, bouncing it off of nearby playroom furnitures and stuff like that. It's a spectacle to behold, and honestly, you probably do go in a circus. As long as, as long as you don't, like, roll badly in the circus. But yeah, it's amazing. And by the end of it, I think you guys probably have the entire orphanage's attention watching you two. And you guys can even hear some kids begin, like, muttering to each other, like, I wonder if they could teach me how to do that. Where would you even get a dagger? Stuff like that.
Oh gosh, would it be weird if, like,
yeah.
I bet teach one of the kids, or like
I don't see a problem with it.
Fuck yeah.
No, that's a great idea.
I'm gonna give them knives.
Give them knives. So yeah, as you finish out the performance and do like a grand flourish, and like you have like all the blades that you're using caught between your finger, like the webs of your fingers, so like in the gaps in between your fingers, making this sort of like fucking Wolverine sort of, or bird-like in a way, like winged pose, and you like a grand flourish. So as you finish playing in utter synchronous manner with Deep finishing her performance, also take your own bow, and like one last chord rips across and bounces around the room. All the children, I say children, they're not, like, all the minors, begin, like, applauding raucously. And even Miss Lenore, who's watching you two the whole time, does her own, like, very, like, slow but deliberate clap. To Deet, 3 kids immediately run up to you and just go, can you teach us, can you teach us, can you teach us, can you teach us?
Here, everyone takes 2.
As for Silas...
You get a knife, and you get a knife.
Okay, so I guess you guys are just getting the maximum number of kids for this. 5 kids go over to you, Silas. We don't have any instruments, but can we use yours? Can you teach us? Can you teach us? Can you teach us?
Yes, hold on.
So, I'm just gonna carry over the roles that you guys got. Assuming you guys actually agree to teach these children.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
You two spend, after your probably like 15-minute long performance, maybe like 30, spend the next set of hours up until dinner time. Unless you guys want to stop and do something else. But
nope.
If not, then in the interim, you guys are teaching children how to play instruments and play with knives. Which is quite the sentence to behold. Hey, who knows? Maybe these 3 kids that are asking you, Deet, are trying to become seekers, who are very known for being dexterous and able. And for you, Silas, the 5 kids, you have maybe, just maybe, at some point in the future, you'll hear about a rising star out here in the Twins. Who knows?
He sure hopes.
Nice. We'll
The
see.
fucking epilogue of the campaign.
We'll make a bard out of you yet, kiddo.
Jimmy becomes a pop star.
I mean, yeah, there's 5 of them. They can fucking make a band.
Yo!
They can make their own fucking band.
Yep.
You gotta get different instruments, hell yeah.
This is
Twin
just a
stars.
one-shot. This is a one-shot we play in the future.
Alright, yeah,
Oh my God, yes.
I'll fucking put that. I'll put that in my general chat. Just be like, Bard Children one-shot.
Yeah!
There you go.
Hey.
Nice.
The twin quintet. I actually like that. I like that. That's actually really good.
The twin quintet. The twin cat.
Twin sets.
Twin
I like
cat.
that. So that's what they're doing. To very capable. I'm sorry for the rest of you. They just took all your luck. They just fucking stole that shit right out from under you.
40 plus, right? Damn.
I don't know.
Worth
My
it.
roll was
Worth it.
shit. All right, my roll was shit.
Your
I just
roll
have-
is shit.
You
but
might not
still
plus
plus
11.
Yeah, I know. The roll was the bad part, though. That's the
Fair
part
enough.
that's all luck.
So yeah, what are the rest of you doing?
Oh god, I don't even know now.
So,
You guys could be in the room doing stuff as this stuff is happening in the background. Like you guys don't have to split into like I'm gonna go to the noble quarters. You get stopped at the gates, but
Haha, I will not.
So during the performance, as I hear Alessander say that now that's some elven grace, Sajar is just gonna sort of saunter on over and ask him. So I see you favor one leg over the other. Is there a story there?
He, well, like, look down at his leg and kind of like turn it slightly, as he says, it, took quite a blow recently. Sort of the reason why I'm here. Well, entirely the reason why I'm here.
Oh?
Yeah, it's, still in the healing process. Doc says it should be fine. After a little bit more rest. Kind of like grimaces at that. And shakes his head and says, of course, I ain't the resting sort. Need to get back out there. Though, doesn't really seem like I have a choice in the matter.
Right. If you don't mind me prying, I suppose. What kind of work do you do?
I myself or the Silver Swan as a whole?
Well, both.
Well, depends on the location. For instance, here in the Twins, we haven't really gotten much of a foothold as compared to the capital, the Exchange, but mostly we deal with the creepy crawlies and the bandit types out in the swamp.
So someone has to do it.
Yeah, it's better for my family if it's the Silver Swan that does. Well, money in our pocket. Kind of gives a winning smile.
So I'm assuming then that the name has to do with the type of weapons that you use. Silvered
Of a sort.
edges.
Our silvered weapons are reserved for the elite, the commanders, the special types. And we just gave every single silver boot a silver weapon. Well, we'd be run out of pocket. But
you should
more so,
work in the Exchange.
well, we do have more foothold there than out here, as I said. But no, the name is more so symbolic, as are the silver weapons. After all,
I am exchanging myself.
Yeah, I did catch that. The name, the manner in which you conduct yourself, it's all very exchanging. Actually, I do have an exchanging heirloom. He reaches into his coat and pulls out like a paper fan, and as he kind of, with a flourish and a flick, he unfurls it and like makes an effort to like kind of fan himself as if he were some southern belle.
That's fucking great.
Debutante.
And it is actually painted to have these kind of like wind-like wisps going over like these dooms that are kind of decorating the very bottom, the fan.
Sajar, roll me. What tools do you have?
What
tools do you
tools?
have? Yeah,
jeweler
tool
skills.
just jeweler skills. And if that's the case, then roll me either your choice of background or investigation. So investigation probably has a lower DC,
Oh,
but
yeah.
background you probably have a better mod. So, or maybe you don't. I don't know what your freaking stats are off the top of my head. I'll memorize his stats.
I'll put it this way: my background has a modifier that's 5 higher.
Ah, I see.
So about that.
18.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's not bad. 18. You can't identify, like, say, like a specific craftsman or anything, like a master crafter like that. But that is 100% Exchangian, not Frajarian, Exchangian craftsmanship right there, and it is high-end craftsmanship of that. Painstakingly fine, one might say.
At a glance, what do I perceive the cost? Like, ballpark.
Let's say some thousands. Because the thing is, like, whoever made this is a one-of-a-kind thing.
Yeah.
And it was probably, how to say, sponsored with a noble patron to have received it. So this is one-of-a-kind custom work right here.
Yeah.
So, like, if it were, like, any other extravagant fan of its caliber, that's one thing. This is custom-made. Might have its own sentimental value behind it, which might be just priceless, depending on the history of it, but you don't know the history. Sort of like a Nushko for gun.
Yeah. Now this is beyond rare. This is unique. With some high-end craftsmanship. Distinctly Exchangian.
Well, origins and worth aside, it has been a godsend. And
yes, if this had been any other kind of jewelry or such, I could tell you at a glance exactly the monetary value, but this goes beyond that. This is in the thousands. This is exquisite.
with another flick, he folds it back up. He looks over before tucking it in his coat. And he says, well, regardless of the price, it certainly is a fine gift. It was, I suppose you could say, a tip for a job well.
I would assume a noble to commission something like that. That makes sense.
Indeed, an Exchangian arcanist of some caliber. Just a gift for successfully and painstakingly, kind of looks up to the side, escorting a caravan of something to do with magical secrets or artifacts, or I don't know. I was paid not to pry, and pry I did not.
Yes, that's usually how it goes.
It was actually not too long ago, half a decade, maybe 6 years. It was a well-paid job. The Silver Swan was certainly glad that we landed it, and not that other fella. Kind of like knits his brows together as he tries to like recall more about this gentleman.
Yeah, so Jar, this sounds like vaguely familiar to you.
Yeah.
And you're just like, arcane secrets, meant not to pry. That going around, there's other jobs like that too, but then he describes like the time it happened. You're just like, wait. You both like think about it.
Name escapes me. It was some business type was sponsoring another no-name mercenary company. But of course, we are the Silver Swan.
I narrow my eyes at Alexander and I just deadpan, very serious, say the word Melvin.
Melvin.
Kind of screws his mouth and looks up and goes, Yeah, that was the name, Melvin. It's always in Melvin, these types of situations, right?
I fucking hate Melvin.
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on, you... I'm sensing some recollection here.
He is a thorn in my side.
Wasn't exactly pleasant to us, neither. What did he do to you?
So, well, usually the escorting of said arcane secret, as it is the purview of fine people such as yourself. The unearthing of said arcane secret is usually my family's purview, and in this instance, this Heartlandic upstart tries to come into our turf, muscle in on my business, my family. Can't have that. He's a piece of trash.
Well, I'm afraid my distaste for this particular figure is purely business focused. It seems you have some more personal beef with him.
Yes. How do I put this? Around the same time you described the job you're mentioning, not exactly this. That's the point. It's around that ballpark. I happened to be out at a. I happened to find myself at a dig, and I ran into this woman, Isadora. We had a moment, a bit of a connection, and turns out she had found something that had been long ago in my family, a personal heirloom. And just as the sun is about to come up, neither of us realized we'd talk the night away. Melvin shows up with his squad of goons and proceed to beat the living gods out of me. If she had not intervened, I would probably be dead. So yeah, it's personal.
I can certainly see why. I did not realize this. I would not deign to call him a gentleman, but
No.
I did not realize the depths of his depression. That makes the fact that we got the job all the more sweeter.
Yes, I find it it's music to my ears. Not quite like that, and I gesture over at Silas, but still good.
I must say, though, as far as mercenary companies go, and the more I spend time with you folk, I would not assume that this was a mercenary company. But as far as they go, this is quite a nice one. Y'all are definitely decent company, to put it very lightly.
Well, I appreciate it. And you seem like a fine sort yourself. I'm
I appreciate you saying
worried
so.
for Redane. The name strain is usually he's the leader of our ensemble.
I see the soundest of mind, the one that makes the tough calls. Yeah, I understand. I don't think you have anything to worry about. This name strain business, it can be finicky, but I like to consider myself well read on the topic. He'll get over it if he's as sound of mind as I would think.
That's a relief.
Indeed, it could certainly have been a lot worse. He could be playing the part of a hag's puppet right now. But he isn't.
Yeah. I can't. I keep thinking. I have a hard time letting this go. I feel. I take it personal when I fail to protect my friends. I keep thinking if I had been a little faster, a little stronger, tougher, I might have been able to do something, but I'm not so naive to think that I have the power to stop.
This kind of
come to collect on a true name.
This kind of soft smile he had this whole conversation kind of fades away, or Sajar talks. And with a look of understanding, he nods once and says, "Sometimes ill fates befall the people that we feel as though we are responsible for. And while it may not be the healthiest thing, it is easiest to blame ourselves in that scenario. But for what I've heard, the circumstances of your friend's fate, there's nothing you or many of your compatriots could have done."
Yeah. I'm beginning to understand. I suppose this is why Redane makes the hard choices and I do the bleeding.
Let me tell you, sometimes I do wish I was the lead and not making the choices. At least those wounds heal.
Looking around, Crash, the focus is entirely during the performance.
Yeah.
On them, right?
Well, the children, definitely.
Yeah.
Miss Lenora does look at you guys every now and again.
Yeah. What about the Seeker?
Seeker Blake isn't in the room right now.
Okay.
He's contenting himself with Verdane, who's probably just hanging about with, we'll say, with Oriana and that crew.
In that case, I will gesture toward Alessandra's leg, ask him, are you, I might be able to do something about that leg of yours.
I would hope you're not talking about amputation.
No. I suppose obviously I'm Nevros, but there's some what's the word in common, celestial heritage in my family.
He kind of leans in and says, "Not sure I follow."
Perhaps it's easier if I show you. May I? I gesture toward his leg.
I suppose, for the sake of my own curiosity, by all means, work your magic.
Literally.
And he kind of straightens his leg out.
Yeah, I gently put my hand on it and then sort of see the scales on that arm sort of light up for a little, like a short moment, and then you feel this radiant warmth just sort of sink into your leg. And that would, if you were injured, heal you for 7 hit points.
Hell yeah. And I think, yeah, as that kind of magic spreads through his leg, he will hand behind his knee, lift it up and kind of bend it a few times before he puts all of his weight on it, like rocks on his bit. And with a beaming smile, he says, "Well, would you look at that? That is quite a spell you cast there."
Oh no such thing. It's innate.
Truly. Well, I will have to ask about that if you don't mind. Maybe not.
By all means.
Maybe not right now. I don't want to pry you for all your secrets.
Perhaps if I'm a little concerned about the audience, and I gesture towards the city.
Right, of course. Maybe another time. Over some drinks. In vino veritas, But,
Yeah.
your celestial heritage, he lowers his voice, Does it have anything to do with them? Kind of gestures to the scales a bit.
You could say that.
My curiosity knows no bounds, so I apologize that this is going a little far. Are those draconic?
Yeah, they are.
He kind of like
Just
you see for a moment that he gets like little giddy for a moment. Oh, that is remarkable. How did you come about those? Did you have them implanted, or do they grow out of you?
I've always had them.
How?
I suppose that has a little bit to do with my family history.
Well then, let's leave it at that for now. I'm sorry. I do have a vested interest in dragons and the like. My whole family was actually founded on the death of a dragon.
Narrow my eyes at that. What do you mean?
Well, perhaps now ain't the best time for a history lesson, but for instance, my family keep near the northern border of the capital. Dragon's Grave Keep. It was actually built upon the site in which my ancestors slew Black Dragon Morgan. It looks like my mic is cutting out when I say the name. So let me know if you didn't hear.
I'd appreciate if
I
you
heard
type that out.
a black dragon, but I didn't hear.
Oh, the Black Dragon. I'll put it in the Roll20 chat.
Yes.
Morgrim. Interesting. Why don't you, Sidar, why don't you, roll me a history check,
Just real fast.
step. Just roll me a history check there, bud.
History or background? History?
This will be history.
Yeah.
So you
Name-
know dick all.
Name don't ring a bell unless you're gonna call in some magical guidance.
Inspiration, because I'm weird.
Or an inspiration, yeah.
Using magic here.
Just paid for inspiration, but I'll use it. So-
Nice.
Go.
Yep.
That's right.
I mean, you're safe to cast magic right now. The only person that really is noting you guys is Miss Lenora.
Oh, okay, in that case, let's see. 1 point. Yes, there we go. Deducted. Roll one more time.
I'll you got one. I'll you got now one now.
Well, the guidance went up. So now we're back where we started. We're at 11.
Do you want my inspiration?
I mean, I'll take it.
Throwing so many resources at
It's
at
just
one
not
roll.
cool. It's just so sad.
You have to
I've got
get above
Very
a
Just say
sad.
it
10.
if you want to.
Alright. Yes, thank you, Kirsty. I'll take it.
It's very sad.
Oh,
It took so many resources, but we did it.
2 inspirations and a feat.
It took actually a lot of resources, but